Hello guys, today we're going to talk about guitars and instruments. As you know, social media is very boring. I'm joking, I'm not Finnish. But I don't know, like I had this thought in my head that I want to switch and just buy Fenders only. It's a weird thing now. Instruments are just like social status instruments, you know. It's a based on social status rather than like actual like skills. Like social media and short form content has destroyed music. No mistakes, perfectionist, performists. It's very, in my opinion, boring. I do photo shoots, twice a month. I just don't care. It's like, oh, loser. You're not playing in the band. Look at me, I'm 21. I'm playing with all of these people, man. Like, I don't care. I've always been in these type of shoes. Like, I always play guitar every single day, every single time for short form. And, I average about 1,000 or more views sometimes. 500 views, and that's fine for me. I don't care. But it gets tiresome, and I want to go and record some of my music in the studio. I get like these angry Russian comments like, oh, this is crap, this is bullshit, this is absolutely terrible. You need to and sometimes I get comments that are super nice. This is really interesting. This is a nice piece of air candy. I love it. Please record it in a studio. Please get an official guy, a mixer to actually fix it for you. And I have no idea that I could play that well. And like the thing is like, should I just go and buy Fenders and like these like Gibsons and stuff? Even if the price is pretty fucking, like I should just save up to buy a Fender, because like it's the weird thing is that like people still bully people for owning copy guitars, even though they play the exact same sweet licking 5-second riff, because attention spans are just crazy now. Like TikTok and everyone's like ruined their, like there is no room for long form videos unless you're like genuinely a Gen Xer. Because there is no, rest. It's all just scrolling TikTok at bed at 2 a.m. Everyone's been doing it. That's the reason why everyone looks so tired and all this stuff is because of social media, and it's ruined, it's toxic. But what can you do? It's the money printer of today. And I really just want to switch to Fenders or something like that. PRSs maybe. But I already have every pickup I own. It's just like, I'm scared. Like, will the people on the short feed even care that it says Fender on the headstock? Or will they care more about the song? Because, like, I don't know. It feels like a gateway, but, like, I don't know anymore, because, it's just like music as a whole now, as a community, it's dead. Like, it's completely dead. It's only social media, these TikTok guitarists and these like Instagram, bands that, pull down their photo shoots with, 20 different photos. It's just crazy. And, I find it I actually get really happy when I see people play Harley Bentons and all this stuff. Gear for music guitars. Just having no social anxiety for, like, owning a Fender nowadays. Or owning, a Gibson. And that's the weird thing, like, it's not even about the guitar anymore. It's just about the individual. And that's sort of the crazy part, because Gen Zers just don't care if it says Fender on a headstock anymore. There was, like, a millennial, late Gen C, not like early Gen C, like thing, like if you didn't own professional instruments, and they realized that Fender doesn't equal professional instruments anymore. It is really good, but it's not professional. Like it comes broken out of the box. You have to send it to a luthier. You have to change the pickups. You have to change the strings. You have to change the intonation, the truss rod, basically everything. But it says Fender on the headstock, you know. And Fender is like ceased and desisting every company that makes an actual like copy by actual guitarists themselves that build the guitars by hand. You know, PRS does the same. It's just a way to shut down these companies that actually gave, you know, anything about their guitars. You know, and I'm more into that pedal thing, and I also just want to, you know, I always, you know, use an orange amp because it's loud enough to actually work around with a drummer live without a PA system. But I don't know, like there's just like these huge expectations at my age because I'm 21, you know. I should have been doing this stuff when I was honestly like 18 or 16. Like what was I doing? I was like doing, you know, art and stuff. Like I really am just like into art, but I don't draw as much. I might get up, you know, an image in my head, but usually it's because like I'm bored as hell. I'll maybe get some money and just take it out of the printer and, you know, I'll draw something with an ink pen, but it's nothing that like would make anybody appreciate anything. It's sort of like it's the sort of people that people will actually throw into the what's it called? Like they'll just throw it in the garbage bin, you know, and it is kind of sad, you know, because like I see my drawings, like as soon as they clean up the car, my drawings just gets thrown away, and I have to take each drawing out, and you know, because the rain comes and it will destroy everything, and you know, I have just a slight feeling that all my drawings will be tossed in the trash no matter how much attention to the detail I got, because I didn't get famous enough. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if you put your heart and soul into it. They don't see it that way. They just see it as it's just an automatic failure. You know, drawings thrown out. You never made it. You know, like if you don't go to cons and all this stuff, and you know, you actually have a very active social life, an active like career with the stuff that you do as a hobby. It's like like you just get a really like, I get this extremely annoying feeling down in the pit of my stomach that my drawings will all be thrown away in the trash, because that's happened before. I have to save it like last hour before it gets thrown, and that's happened to me so many jobs. Like in blue collar jobs, they throw away my drawings that I draw in my free time when there's nothing to do there, and I ask twice, is there anything to do? Nope. And I just sit in the corner and draw, you know. And same with you know, same with like schools and stuff. They'll just throw away anything. Like I just don't like, you know, like same with in social media. I feel like they'll just delete your entire social media account, and all your posts that you ever did will just vanish. It will be nowhere, you know, unless you actually have a hard backup, which most likely you don't. But yeah, anyways, like guitars and stuff, like I've been wanting to own Fenders because I have a feeling that my guitars will not be worth anything as a legacy instrument. That's the sort of thing that the resale value, you know, I'll piss off my you know, grandsons or, you know, my relatives if you know, the day comes to sell it and it's like, well, I own a Sub-Zero guitar, you know. It's like take these two guitars for example. It's a Squier and it's a Sub-Zero. You wouldn't be able to tell that it says it's a Squier right now, would you? You know, and it is only, you know, it looks like a Fender. It has a nice laurel neck. It's like genuinely, I've been complimented by every single Fender aficionado that this one, you know, you can't get rid of. It's absolutely, you know, absolutely nice. The neck is sweet. And here's a Sub-Zero guitar as well. Look at it. It looks fine. It plays nice. No issues with the frets. Been playing it every single day for 2 years straight. Nothing, like, no problem whatsoever. It's a nice P90 guitar, but like, you know, if I get a girlfriend and she gets mad at me because I'm doing too much of my hobby, or, you know, I get married, it's like, it's time to sell your guitars. And I was like, God damn. And you know, and then, you know, like, this will not be worth anything. Like, I've seen this go for less than $100 online. You know, it's like, for a P90 guitar, you know, you realize how rare that is to get a fucking P90 now. Sorry for swearing, but get a P90 for like less than $100, because the pickups is what matters, and the electronics. For most people, it's the authenticity. The authenticity is like, okay, if you don't own the Gibson, you're not authentic. You're never gonna be remembered. Your name is never gonna be chiseled down in stone. You're of course now that. I show speed. Portugal was the correct. Okay, but you know, it's that sort of thing. Like unless I, you know, like, the thing is, like, I record myself every day, and I had that thought, like, if people are gonna watch me, at least I should buy a Gibson, even though I get criticized for being a terrible guitarist and all this stuff. I joke about it myself, but you know, if I'm going to record myself and take photo shoots, it might as well be a Gibson or like a Fender, so like I'll be more photogenic. But you know, I tried to take some videos and shorts with my dad's Fenders from 1960, butterscotch Telecasters, you know, 50s model, you know, and they got less than 30 views. The guitars that I just play on the riff easy gets, you know, 1.5k views. That's insane. You know, this is my butterscotch Telecaster from my dad. 26 views. Look how sweet that is. It's a Telecaster, all right. It's a Relic. I think, no, it's not Relic, but it's heavily used. And here's a Gold Top. 30 views. Gold Top, original 1962 model. Same riffs, same guitars. I just posted another series of videos, so it probably didn't hit the algorithm, but like, you get the point. It doesn't matter for me, because it's more about the idea and the instruments, and it's just about the arrangement of the music that matters, in my opinion. And like I already have an orange amp. It's like, amps are really hard to get a budget amp that actually, like, because amps are really what matters in tone. So I bought myself a orange and a Black Star, and I already had a Fender, so I've been using, you know, an orange CR60C and a Black Star. Somehow I get more likes on the Black Star, that tiny little Black Star over there, which is, you know, a V3 040. It can sure go loud, you know, and it is really mean. And like, I got more likes, more views on it, and it, like, nobody seems like, and I gotten complaints that I don't mic up my videos and have like a high quality, high picture, you know, digital camera, and with like an actual social media influencer lens, approved lens, and, you know, custom lighting and everything like that, like, and a green screen, like come on. No, you know, I don't want to be, I don't want to do that, you know. And like, I want to play in a band. Like, I've told, like, what do you want to play in a band? Like, there was this time when I was playing this sports group back in August of 2023, and I held the group for Green Flower. Green Flower sounds a little bit like Green Day, but Green Flower was, you know, it could have been a cool band name. Sever Papyrus, like this username, like Negative XP, that could have been a nice, you know, name. Or I just go by Gust, which is my real name. Or like Black and Velvet. That was like it. I don't really have like a good band name, to be honest. There's just nobody that does bands anymore. Like Greta Van Fleet kind of proved that like boomers will get mad either way if you try to nostalgia bait riffs and stuff and try to actually recreate it, you know, by hand. And it's like, it's not the real deal. I want the real deal. And like, well, we made it. And it's like, it's not the same thing. And it's like, yeah, that basically means that like you have to try something from scratch. But it's like I said, like I wasted all my life, but my mind's getting like. I saw this promotional video the other day with those guitars, and it was the Fender Acoustasonic and the Strat. Fenders, by the way. They must have been, you know, they started dancing with the guitars and all this stuff and strumming away, but you only heard the drums, the heavy, compressed, ultra mixed drum sets, and the bass, but there was no guitars. They were just like doing, it was like, I've been playing guitar for so long, and they can just like jam and joke about with their Acoustasonics and stuff, but I don't hear any, you know, chords like this, you know. Nothing like this. No chords. Maybe a power chord if you're lucky, you know. You know, like the music, there is no life in instruments anymore. Instruments have been utilized by influencers only, basically. And, you know, like, honestly, like, I want to play live, I want to record my music and stuff, but it's actually, recording music is cheaper, but I also don't want to waste studio time, because I don't want to spend $3,000 in studio hours to get a picture perfect. You know, I just want to go there in an hour, record a whole take, in an hour or two, and then, you know, that's raw first take or second or third take, but, you know, done in an hour or two, you know. And, you know, that just be it, you know, like practice the song beforehand in a rehearsal space and write the songs and the verses and choruses and stuff and the lyrics, you know, and have a finished demo before you do it, so you actually know, like, you just work it, you know, like you're doing it live, but you're just, you know, recording it professionally. Instead of like sitting there and like, let's invent a song. Okay, so you're paying for you're paying for studio hours, but you're not recording you're literally have no idea what you're going to record. Okay, that's like, I have so many demos, I just don't know what to do with it. Thousands of videos, thousands of music, and another demo archive channel. I don't know what to do with that, but I live stream 4 hours, no, for 4 times a week, usually at night. Sometimes I do it by day. It varies, but I have a Discord. It's called Boxcars Mr.Atomic2. That's my Discord, and I play. If you wanna call on Discord, that's cool, and play DBD or, you know, CS2 now, but I mainly play DBD, like Day by Daylight, because I think it's just a better game. I usually also play Minecraft. That's like it. It's like, gaming is not attractive. You know, it's like, am I gonna be like drowned by this red pill propaganda like all the time? You can't play a single video game. Every single day has to be in the gym. You have to look as photogenic as possible, and, you know, and then people will just tell you to get plastic surgery once you're actually done with all that stuff. It's just absolutely so disingenuous, you know. And then, you know, go on testosterone and all this stuff. Like, it's stupid. I like, and, you know, most of those circles are just incredibly, you know, toxic, you know. But like, I just play instruments and music, and I never get it finished. And I want to finish it, but it's, yeah, I don't know. But like, should I get a Fender? Because I'm wondering if I really want to buy like just Fenders, but like I heard Fender has like basically you shouldn't support Fender in any sort of capacity, because of their like but they look cool, but like I want to also play with Black Stars Live and stuff. I really want to get like have like a career and that stuff and just move on, but they already have people for that, and that's sort of like the sort of problem I have is like they already have people reserved for that, like that's the sad thing. Like they already have like people who started at the age of 16 recording country, or like here in where I live, country is like super big. It's somehow like some dude has to like have a wheelbarrow of cash, because like everything's country here. Like it's like sort of like this fake Americana vibe. But I simply want to like people start so young, but like and like they're on national television and stuff, like and now I'm trying as well. But there is no manager, there is no connections. Like I can quit guitars and sell all my guitars the next day, and have this sort of quarter life crisis and this sort of like culture shock. Just like literally you could sell the guitars the next day and nobody would associate you with being a guitarist anyways, even if I have played for since 2023, August or October, since October of 2023, I've been playing guitar weekly and daily, and recorded every single thing on my phones and stuff. Every single thing is on like laptops and phones, and been taking photo shoots and stuff. It was like, it gets excruciatingly lonely, not having that feedback, or having that outsider opinion, or having any of that having any of that like just not having like you feel like you're just doing it in an empty room, like you're in a psych ward, like it just literally feels like that, because I've been playing so much. It gets very empty. It gets very like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Like there is no life in music. The people, like the people who got famous are going to have their capital and stay in their place. But starting a band now, like it's supposed to be Gen Zero Sans, but they already have people designated for that role, or that position, like musician in that district of that country, or that county is that person. You cannot just like rival, or you're not supposed to, you're not the third option. You're not the third. Like I've already had that perspective since I was a young kid. I had long hair. I wore flannel. I still do. There was like a point in my life where I thought I was like super cool by cutting it short and all this. I looked so ugly with short hair. I cut myself, I cut my hair. I don't do that. Look, I'm clean. Nothing. Not a single scratch. But that I regret cutting my hair. That's the worst thing. Like when I get like really pissed off or get in a breakup, I'll cut my hair like super short, buzz cut almost. And that's almost as worse for me, because I had all those months I have to spend growing it longer, because I had it at neck level last time. Yeah, and I already been like, my face looks prettier with long hair. I guess I start to find my old self. But I don't know if I'm being meant to be taken seriously or something. It's just weird. It's just a weird vibe. Because like I feel like this, like am I a guitar hobbyist, or am I a bedroom guitarist or whatever? Because like I like every Wednesday I was like playing with this group. Now it's over. It's summer for them, so I'll never show up ever again. It's finished. Played a lot of covers, learned a lot of new chords. That's actually an environment when you actually are with other people. You start to learn chords very fast when you're with other groups, and older people, they actually tend to learn new stuff very quickly instead of just being a bassist, and you can fiddle around. And I actually have a huge respect for him, just to like not treat me like an autist and completely fail, but like actually letting me trying to learn the song. I never really got like full cover. I don't know. And like I've been also told like I have no talent, and that's completely right. Looking back to it, I had no talent back then either with like arts and stuff, but it's something I just feel it feels right, even though like what else am I supposed to do, like yeah. Yeah, I've been drinking tea now. Like that's actually really weird. I haven't been drinking tea my entire life. Like now I drink like black tea, and I just have milk and sugar, like 1 teaspoon, and that's it. It's better to and it's just it calms me down a lot more than I thought. Because like I need like something to drink that doesn't taste like water and isn't as activating as coffee, and I found tea to actually work really surprisingly well. Anyways, I got a two new pedals. I think it was the Ibanez 5-band EQ and the Acorn preamp. But I haven't been able to record digitally because like my tone just sounds bad. I haven't gotten it to sound good. That's why I never record digitally. It's always mic'd up to an amp. Because it just doesn't sound good. The Acorn sounds really good, but I have been using it wrong, and I don't know what's going on, why it sounds weird. So I use the Acorn preamp sort of. But if I'm going to play in quiet environments with my Focusrite, I think I'm going to use the Acorn preamp because it's a really good preamp. I just haven't I have a Moyer cab, everything like that, but I think it feels a lot better to have the 5-band EQ and the Strat I have over here. Because like I've been interested in pedals a lot, but like I had these boomers that like you buy yourself a really good fuzz box and a good tuner and maybe a chorus, and that's it. You buy one distortion pedal, one chorus, and one tuner. That's like how they talk to me, and like I totally get their point, but there we go. Yeah, but because I simply think it's cool. Like I think the tone, like I have a muff, I have one of each, but it's one of each type of effects. Like a muff, a fuzz, a distortion, and some of them are my dad's from the 80s, and yeah, it's kind of weird. To see like the weird quietness, like it's just no stage life. Like I'm supposed to be at that age where I'm supposed to be recording with other people, and supposed to, because when other people were 21, like was supposed to be their breakthrough moment, and like I'm just sitting here in my room like a Japanese, like one of those like Japanese lonely people who like sit in their house all day, like apartment block. But like I'm free to roam. I drive every day. I drive for hours sometimes for fun, or to do tasks or appointments, or meetings, and I simply do that, and it just feels very lonely. I don't know why. It's like, have you tried to contact other people? I don't know how to. But this is my This is my parts caster. I'm going to change the body to a popular one in white, but otherwise from that, I had a poll asking if, you know, what was supposed to do with this, and I wanted to maybe go to the Fender mod shop and make one exactly the same and add the stickers on it, so I would be invitable for once, but you know, it doesn't matter really. And maybe Fender custom shop. It's very light, but I don't know what wood it is. No idea. But yeah, or like a Japanese black Strat and just like add the stickers on it and a hot reel. And that's it. 500, not 500, 200k, 250k pots, and that's it. And yeah, and you know, sort of save this thing. And like I really wanted like a really good parts caster. But like I also want the same thing as a Fender, because like I really want to have that social invitableness, but like it just never comes. Like it's the day that never comes. It's kind of it's very quiet. Like I feel like I can quit the next day and sell all my stuff and nobody would ever know. And that's pretty much it.